Okay, let's unpack this. Today, we are diving into something that, well, it might sound like it's still years away, maybe even science fiction, but it's actually here right now, and it's starting to fundamentally change how work gets done. We are talking about AI agents. So, for this deep dive, we've been looking through excerpts from an article called The Rise of AI Agents. And our mission really is to get to the heart of it. What are these things? How do they actually operate? Why should any of us care? And maybe most importantly, what can you actually do about them? Now, you're probably familiar with tools like ChatGPT, maybe Midjourney, DALL-E. You give them a prompt, right? And they respond. They give you text, an image, some code. They're incredibly powerful, no doubt. But they wait for your input. They give you an output. And then they respond. But what we learned looking at this material is that an AI agent, it's fundamentally different. It doesn't just respond, it's built to act.
Exactly. And that's the key, isn't it? That core shift. It's moving from a tool that just gives you an answer to a system that actually takes initiative. Think about it like this. You give it a goal, right? A desired outcome. And then it figures out the steps needed to achieve that goal. It executes those tasks, often across multiple different apps or websites. And it can even learn and adapt if it hits obstacles along the way.
Yeah, the example that really stuck with me from the article was about scheduling, not just like drafting an email about rescheduling. No, the agent actually going into your calendar, finding a new time slot, then updating your CRM system, where you track customer stuff, make dough, and then sending the follow-up email all on its own without you having to juggle 3 different tabs and copy pasting info. It's working towards that bigger objective autonomously.
Right. Okay. Autonomously. And that's where it gets really interesting because this isn't just, a slight improvement on tools we already have. The material describes it as a genuine paradigm shift, a whole new way of interacting with computers, how tasks get done. So why does this trend matter so much right now for you listening? What we took away, well, it kind of boils down to a couple of key things. First, there's this idea of automation, but with real autonomy. Unlike simple scripts or bots that just follow rigid instructions step by step, these agents can handle unexpected stuff. They can keep working towards the goal, even if things go sideways. They don't just wait, they anticipate and act.
And that leads straight to the second point, the potential for, well, an exponential productivity boost. The article really paints a picture of capabilities that feel like having tireless virtual teammates. Teammates who can handle repetitive or even pretty complex workflows without needing constant manual oversight. And they can scale their effort almost infinitely. It's quite something.
And it's becoming really accessible too, isn't it? We saw mentions of tools like AutoGPT, Devin, and even advanced custom versions starting to pop up within platforms we already use. So this isn't just some niche tech for super specialized engineers anymore. Creators, marketers, small business owners. The ability to deploy these automated workflows is potentially opening up to a much, much wider audience.
That's right. And if you connect this to the bigger picture, the shift isn't just about having AI tools that help you do one task faster. It's really evolving towards having AI agents, maybe even AI teammates, that can manage entire projects or workflows, handling all the coordination and execution across multiple steps.
Yeah, the real-world examples they shared in the material really bring this home. Like, imagine a recruiter using an AI agent, one designed not just to search profiles online, but to actively screen candidates, schedule the interviews, maybe even draft those initial outreach messages or offer letters.
Or think about marketing, an agent that's set up to constantly monitor your competitors' websites. It analyzes any changes it finds and then automatically generates and sends you a summary report every morning. Boom.
That solo entrepreneur example was powerful too. Launching a new product, right? And having an agent that can not only build the landing page, but also write, say, multiple versions of the ad copy.
Yeah, and then actually run tests on different ad platforms to see which one performs best. The article really highlighted how quickly and, frankly, powerfully these systems can operate when you put them to work.
Which brings us, I think, to the absolutely critical question. Given all this capability, all this potential, why should you be paying attention right now?
Well, the message from the source is pretty direct. This technology, it's poised to significantly impact the landscape of work. And understanding it now is really key to navigating that change. AI agents aren't just some theory about the future. They're becoming part of the present. And the sooner you grasp what they are, how they function, the better positioned you'll be to adapt, to learn how to direct them, and, importantly, leverage them for your own benefit rather than, being caught off guard.
And it doesn't sound like you need to become a deep technical expert overnight either. What seems needed, reading between the lines of the material, is curiosity, a willingness to explore, to experiment with these new capabilities. So thinking about everything we've discussed, the shift from response to action, the autonomy, the potential for these massive productivity gains, those real-world examples, the rise of AI agents feels like more than just a tech headline. It feels like a human story. It forces us to rethink some core ideas, doesn't it? Like what productivity really means, how we delegate tasks, maybe even our understanding of intelligence itself.
Absolutely. And the potential that really stands out is that ability to automate complex, often time-consuming tasks, which circles right back to the why should care point. It presents a choice, maybe an opportunity, to move from being potentially replaced in those routine rote tasks to being empowered to focus on higher value activities, things that require human insight.
The article leaves us with this really, really thought-provoking question, something to maybe carry with you after this. What if you could free up, say, 80% of your current tasks? Just automate them away and focus 100% of your energy on your creativity or on building relationships or maybe on pursuing your deepest purpose. Just think about that question for a bit. Consider the implications for your own work, your own life.
As these AI agents become more and more integrated into the tools and systems all around us. Thanks for joining us for this deep dive into the world of AI agents.